Coming up next on Access Framingham TV, Kenya, with my special guest, Ted Ndinya. Stay tuned. Hello, welcome to Travels with Jack. I'm your host, Jack Barron. Each month, we bring you a new guest with an exciting travel experience to share. It might be a vacation in California, a cruise on the Amazon River, a trek in the Himalayan mountains, or a business trip to Las Vegas. Where have you gone? If you'd like to be a guest on our show and share with us a recent trip, a vacation, a cruise, maybe a day trip right here in New England, we would love to have you as our guest. Tell us about the transportation, the hotels, the shopping, the good food you enjoyed, the people that you met, anything you'd like to share with your friends and our viewing audience. Just contact us here at Access Framingham Television and let us know you'd like to be a guest. You can phone AFTV at 508-875-5434, or you can send an email message to info@accessfram.tv. Our associate producer will contact you to make arrangements for you to be on our show here on Access Framingham TV. Today, my guest is Ted Ndinya. In December 2012, Ted visited his homeland, the African country of Kenya, and Ted has joined us to share that visit with you. Welcome, Ted.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for coming. I'm going to give you a little history on Ted. Ted currently lives in Milford, Mass. He is a tennis pro at Wayside Tennis Club, as well as the Sudbury River Tennis Club, and is the head tennis coach at the Rivers School in Weston, Massachusetts. He hails from Kenya, along with President Obama's dad, and he was born in Nairobi and has been in the U.S. 10 years. He came to the United States to go to the University of Illinois in Champaign. For those of you familiar with University of Illinois, Champaign is about 3 hours, I'd say, outside of Chicago.
Yeah.
And you just keep driving through cornfields and more cornfields and more cornfields, and then you arrive at University of Illinois. He majored in graphic and web design, and he currently does that work as well as his tennis teaching, pro work. After he graduated University of Illinois, he joined 3 of his 5 brothers who lived in Massachusetts. So that's what brought him to Massachusetts. And Ted tells me he is also a martial arts black belt. So I will be on my best behavior today so he doesn't flip me over here on the screen and step on me. And this trip that he took was his second trip that he had returned to Kenya since he had moved to the United States.
Yeah.
Am I right?
That's right.
All right. So as I say, thank you. Tell us a little bit about the trip. What made you decide I'm ready to go home to Kenya and see Mom and whatever?
Well, it's been quite a while since I was back in Kenya, and it was about time to go home, you know. So I just decided I'm going to make this trip, and I'm going to take pictures with every step I make throughout the entire trip, from the moment I leave my home in Milford to coming back to America.
So how did you book the air travel? Did you do it on the internet? Did you call a travel agency? What was the process you went through to book the travel?
I just did it on the internet, like 6 months in advance to get like the best ticket price. You know?
And what airline did you take?
British Airways.
Oh, okay. So you flew, what, Boston to London?
Boston to London, and then London to Nairobi.
So it was a 2-step flight, not too bad.
No, it wasn't too bad.
Okay,
Yeah.
took about how long?
It took about 6 hours to London.
Yep.
And then I had about 5 hours layover.
You did have that long a layover?
Yeah,
okay.
in London, and then about 8 hours to Nairobi.
Okay, so it's 11, 8. So it's a full 19, 20-hour trip.
Yeah.
All right, it's a little bit of a hike. And did you get to sleep on the plane?
Not so much. I got to like watch a lot of movies and stuff like that because the flight was pretty good, you know. It was like I had my own video right there, so
okay,
I made pretty good use of it.
It was tolerable.
Yeah.
All right, and you got to Nairobi, and somebody from the family met you?
Yep, my family, my mom and my 2 brothers were right there at the airport to pick me up.
Great.
It was the best moment of the trip.
I know, it's always nice to see family. And your mom does what in Kenya? Is she a housewife or she works? Or
she used to be a teacher for so many
really?
years, like 26 years.
Okay,
And
great.
then she retired from that, and then she did a little bit of something to do with insurance.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how did you get involved in playing tennis?
Our dad is the one who put us into tennis, me and my 5 brothers.
Everybody's a tennis player.
All of us are tennis players.
Do you know the Williams sisters,
Yes, we do.
Serena? Yeah? Go ahead. So you all got into playing tennis.
Yeah, we all got into playing tennis when we were like 10 years old, you know,
Okay.
around that age. And it's just been tennis ever since.
That's wonderful. So now do you have family tournaments?
Not really.
Oh, well, you should.
But we've had a lot of rivalry with each other as we grew up. And that's what made us like, get stronger,
Competitive.
very competitive.
That's great. So they have the Ndinya tennis tournament there.
Yeah, you could put it that way.
So now when you went home, did you get to play tennis with your 2 brothers who don't live here?
Yes, I did get to play tennis with them, but they switched to soccer, actually.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so they are now soccer players, but they also play tennis. So I got to play some tennis with them.
Now, are
too.
they on a team in Kenya, or are they in a school team? Give me a little input on that.
Yeah, there's a soccer team that my brothers here in America started together in Kenya,
Okay.
like to help, less fortunate kids.
Okay.
Yeah, so we started that soccer team in Kenya, and my 2 brothers in Kenya are part of the team.
And they play in a league? Is
They
that
play in the leagues. They play in leagues all over Nairobi, Kenya, and outside the country too.
Oh, really? So
Yeah,
it's a whole big setup.
It is doing really well, surprisingly. Like,
Really? Well, you'll bring them on Travels with Jack, and we'll talk about inter-African soccer tournaments.
Yep. Absolutely.
So you got home. Tell me a little bit. I'm sure it's very different than the United States for you.
It is. It is.
How's the traffic in Nairobi?
The traffic is ridiculously big.
Okay.
Yeah, because over time, more people bought cars.
So they're getting richer in Kenya.
Um,
Well, you need money to
Yeah.
buy a car.
yeah, like the last time I was there, comparing to now, the traffic just grew so big, and it's like I've never seen that kind of thing before.
Really?
Yeah.
So that surprised you.
That was a big surprise for me.
What? Now, here's a map of Kenya. So you are on the east coast of Africa. And Nairobi seems to be almost in the center of the country.
Yeah.
Can you tell me why? My question to you earlier was, why did Nairobi end up as the capital when I would have thought it would have been on the coast?
So they were trying to build the railway line right from Mombasa, right there at the coast,
Yep.
all the way across the country. And they were looking for like the best place to build the headquarters.
Okay.
And so Nairobi had the best land at that moment, at that time, and that's why they chose Nairobi.
Oh.
Yeah.
Now, what is that large water source? Oh, no, this is you. We'll get back to the map. This is you in Milford leaving for the trip?
Yeah, just about to leave for my trip. So excited about the trip.
And
This
here's
is
Logan Airport.
Logan Airport. That is my plane jetting in right there. That's me in the plane. So
Now, who took
excited.
the pictures for you?
That was just a passenger that I...
Really? Okay, you befriended a passenger?
Yeah.
And, okay, great.
And then this is arriving in London.
Okay, wow.
took a picture from the window.
Yeah. Boy.
Yeah. And then that is London Airport.
Oh, look at
Heathrow
that.
Airport
They've
in
got their
London.
flag on the tarmac.
Yeah,
Okay, so that's how you knew you're in London.
absolutely.
Any pictures of Queen Elizabeth there? No?
No, this
All
is
right.
right inside the airport. It was a pretty big airport. I liked
Heathrow you were at?
Heathrow, yeah.
Yeah, Heathrow is a big airport.
Yeah,
And they've got quite a bit of shopping. There you are.
that's exactly what you just mentioned. They have a lot of shopping going on and, you know, a lot of shops right in the airport. I thought I was in a mall.
Yes, it is. It's like a mall.
Yep.
And you don't have to go anywhere else to spend your money.
Yep.
Oh, here you are, Jomo
here-
Kenyatta.
Exactly.
Now, let me ask you a question. Is Jomo Kenyatta related to the current president, Kenyatta?
Jomo Kenyatta is the first president of Kenya,
Okay.
and the current president is his son.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Oh, it is his son.
that's his son.
Oh, okay. I followed the elections,
Ah,
and I knew he was elected 50.4%.
yeah.
It must have been a Massachusetts counter because, you know, he managed to get 0.4% to bring him over.
Yeah.
All right, this is who?
That's my family right there. That's my mom and my two brothers in Kenya.
Great.
Yeah, I was so excited to see them. This was like a really good moment right there.
The airport looks nice there in Kenya.
Yeah. And then that's my grandmother right there and my mom. So this is back in the house. And then that's my friend right there that I just took her to meet my family, my mom, my brothers, and my two little cousins.
Now, she was not on the trip with you?
She was not on the trip with me, but she lives in Kenya.
Oh, she lives in Kenya?
Yeah.
Okay.
She used to live in Boston before.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
All right. Oh, this looks beautiful. This
Yeah,
is
this is
where...
a view right from the balcony of our house in Kenya.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
So I saw some kids down there playing soccer, and I decided to like join them and have a little fun.
So your mom lives in what, like a 4-story apartment building?
Yes.
Okay. But it looks gated. Is your parking lot gated or the whole building? Or
It is. It is. Like that's how apartments are in Kenya. They're all gated
They are,
Yeah.
for security.
for security. Yeah, so those are the kids. I went there, had a little fun with them, playing soccer. You know, nice kids. It doesn't matter what age, they all had fun.
Now, this is what?
This is the mall in Kenya. So
Oh, they got a big mall.
yeah, so I decided to take my brothers out to the mall, you know. Like actually they were taking me to the mall.
Now, is this fairly new, the mall, or it's been
No,
there
it's
quite-
actually
no?
been there for ever since I can remember, you know. At
So
least.
Nairobi looks to me like it's fairly developed.
It is fairly developed. Yeah. It's actually the capital city of Kenya, so it's fairly developed. So this is right outside that mall. That's my brother Victor right there,
Okay.
our last born. He's about 20 years old. This is right inside the mall.
Oh, boy, it looks just like Natick Mall. Beautiful.
Yeah, it looked pretty good inside.
Now, are the stores mostly international stores, would you say, or is it mostly Kenyan companies in the...
It's actually a mixture
A
of
mix,
both. Yeah.
okay. Oh, it looked very nice. You know, this is again is your friend,
These are my two brothers. We are right
Okay.
in the mall. We went to the food court.
the two
Just
soccer
like
players.
The two soccer players. You can see the hairstyle.
Yeah.
It's a soccer thing. That's what I saw. The entire team had that hairstyle.
Really, with the red hair too?
The
or
red
they,
hair.
What? Now they're not really redheads, are they?
No, they're not.
Okay, all right.
They just dyed it.
So they dye it. Okay,
Yeah.
and the whole team
Yeah.
dyes their hair with the red.
Yeah, because they want to look like the soccer players in Europe. So.
Oh, okay, I got you. Up
Yeah.
the market.
Actually, this is still in the mall. We went grocery shopping. You know.
You know, whenever I travel, I always go to a supermarket because I like to see all the different foods they have and see if there's any items that interest me. I'm in the food industry, so that's always where I end up too. This looks like a great looking market.
Yeah, it's a pretty good looking market. This is where I went to primary school,
Okay.
which is elementary school. Is that
Yep.
right? Yeah.
Yep. I'm with you.
Yeah, so I had to go back there and just remember the days.
Now, how far? Okay, this is
still at the primary school. Those I played on those swings when I was 10 years old.
It looks like you've got quite a big field there, though.
Yeah.
Now, this was in your neighborhood near your house, or is this quite a distance from where you lived?
It's just about a half-hour walking distance.
Actually. Oh, so it is a little bit of a ride.
Yeah.
Okay. And how many kids were in the classrooms there?
About 20.
Really? So what we'd call fairly small classes?
Yeah.
Okay. So, and you were comfortable this is more soccer?
So this is the soccer team that my brothers and I started in Kenya, and those kids were 13 years old when we started. Right now they're 20 years old. So they've all grown up together as brothers, and they're doing pretty good.
And you were telling me before we started the show that this soccer team plays throughout Kenya.
Yeah.
With other teams.
With other teams.
And is also going to other African cities and countries.
Yeah, like neighboring countries. Yeah.
And you and your brothers were some of the founders of this team.
Yeah. And so these are my 3 brothers here in America, and this is how we try to fund that soccer team. We do fundraising tennis tournaments right here in America.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
To raise money for that soccer team. So these are the wonderful kids who help us.
Well, you'll have to work with Bill, the president here of the television, and Francesca, the director, and see if you can get some kind of information to people who are coming on the website, the Access Fram website, and give them some information how they can come to your tennis tournaments to help raise money for this group.
Oh, that would be wonderful.
I don't know how much legally they can do because there's a fine line they have between fundraising and public access, but be sure to speak to them. We'll see what we can do for you.
Absolutely.
Because this looks like a very worthwhile thing.
So these are the kids like practicing, and it was just wonderful to see them. I went to their soccer matches. So right now, right here, we are at a soccer match just watching. That's my friend who came with me. And then we decided to go to the slums just to, to see how it is over there. We had a nice time with the kids. These are poor kids from the slums, but with pretty nice smiles.
Yeah.
This is still at the slum. It's one of
now
the
I
biggest
see
slums
this
in Kenya.
area. When you say the slums, do you mean because they're not in big apartment buildings like you? They look more like they're in thatched roof houses.
It's basically like ghettos over there, but the houses are like thatched, and
okay, so more rural, or are they still in the city of Nairobi?
It's in the city of Nairobi.
Okay.
Yeah, it's totally different from the rural. Yeah.
But they're not as well kept as like your apartment building or something.
Yeah.
What are the? Go ahead. Here's another young fellow.
So this young man right here came to us with popsicles that he was selling, and he wanted to sell to me. But I told him, you know what? Why don't you give it to these 5 kids right here? I'm gonna pay for it. And he said, sure. So he was like handing popsicles to the 5 kids around me at that moment. But then other kids saw that, and they all flocked in. So we ended up with like 70 kids coming for popsicles. And I had to tell them to line up, which is going to be on the next picture, I think. I had to make them line up right there. I had like 70 kids. And I told the boy, give it to every single kid right
Did he
here.
have 70 popsicles?
He had a lot of popsicles in some containers.
Well,
so
he was a smart salesman. He saw you. He said,
I actually
said,
asked
Ted's
him.
got lots of money. Let's sell popsicles.
I actually asked him, how much have you sold today so far? And he said about 3. And then I was like, well, booming business. So he got sold out by the end of that 10-minute time we were there. And that was pretty good. These are all kids from the slum. It's one of the biggest slums in Nairobi.
Well, they're all cute anyway. If you didn't tell me they were poor, I wouldn't have known.
Yeah, and I saw some men out there watching soccer. I went and gave them more popsicles because there was some more remaining, so I handed them
Now, how is the
popsicles.
temperature this time of the year for you there?
About 80 degrees.
Okay, so pretty comfortable.
Yeah, it's pretty comfortable. The average temperature is like 80, so it's not too
Really?
hot, not too
Oh,
cold.
so
It's
Kenya, you would say, has a very good climate.
very good climate.
Oh.
Yeah.
What are the main agricultural things they grow there?
There's tea, like a lot of tea. That I know for sure. There's coffee, pretty much all fruits and vegetables are there.
And do they do a lot of export throughout the country, throughout Africa and everything?
Yes, they do.
They do.
Especially the tea.
The tea is a big thing.
Yeah, that's a
Oh.
big thing. Yeah, there's a huge tea plantation in an area called Kericho in Kenya. It's when you go there, it's all tea.
Really?
Yeah.
Now here's you with another young kid.
Another young kid, I was drinking some juice, and I saw him. He came to me. I offered him the juice, and he took it and went and shared with his friend.
But you didn't get 70 kids lining up.
No,
for
this
the
time I
juice.
didn't get 70 kids lined up for the juice. But it was pretty interesting to see him share the juice with his friend right there. Those are toys right there. Now, right here, this is where I grew up.
Okay.
Yeah, this is where I grew up.
Now, is this the same building you showed us before?
This is a different building.
Different building.
Yeah,
Okay.
this is a different building. This is where I was born and raised.
Okay.
So I just had to go back there and just watch.
And how far was this building from where your mom is living now?
It's like a 20-minute drive.
Oh, so a whole different area.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
totally different area. And then I met up with some old-time friends that I grew up with. It was pretty interesting. I hadn't seen them in years, at least 6 years. So it was a good reunion. This, believe it or not, was my gym. I built this. That's a bench right there.
Okay.
I built that myself. And surprisingly, when
It's
I went
still
back,
there.
it's still there. It's pretty beat up. It's old. Nobody uses it anymore, but it's still there. And those actually bricks right there.
Yep.
I dug holes in the bricks, and then I put a metal bar in the hole.
Oh, and that was your weightlifting.
That was my weight. That's how I started. So, but that was a long time ago, like 15 years ago.
To make your tennis game better, huh?
Yeah, I had to do anything to make my tennis game
Now,
better.
this looks a little bit like a river.
Yeah, that's the River Tana. River Tana.
And that runs, do you know where that goes from?
Not exactly. I can't remember exactly
Okay.
where it goes through. But I decided to go whitewater rafting
Oh, really?
with
And
a
you
bunch
went-
of friends.
Okay.
Yeah. So those are the friends that we decided to go rafting with. I'd never done that before in my life.
Did the goat go with you?
No, actually, that's a dog.
Oh, is it? Okay. It looked to me like a goat. Okay.
There are actually two dogs. One is behind the other.
Okay.
Yeah, so these are the friends that we went whitewater rafting with, and we had to go for some lessons right here, because most of us had never done it before.
Okay.
So those two were the trainers. They had to show us what to do when the boat flips,
Did it flip?
so many times.
Oh, really?
Yes, it did. Initially, we didn't expect that it was going to flip that many times, but it actually did.
I'll tell you a quick story in between the pictures. I went whitewater rafting. Mm-hmm. I was in Indonesia, and it did flip, and I had trouble getting back in. And then I pulled my arm out of the socket or something.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, it was... Mrs. Barron laughed. She wouldn't go. She was sitting in the top of a mountain watching me go down the Angji River or some river, I forget. And So I'm passing on my future whitewater rafting, but it was an event.
It was pretty interesting, especially for me. I had never done that before, and I'm not really one of the best swimmers
Now,
around.
did it get rough? The river, from what I could see, didn't look too wild, but
You're gonna see.
Oh, okay.
There's pictures coming. It got rough.
okay. Here you look very comfortable.
Yeah, we are listening to the instructions. So we are in the bus going to the river now. After all that.
Oh, so you chartered a bus.
Yeah, and so
There you are, all happy.
all happy, everything.
There's your first fall. Oh, it does get a little bit rough.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Oh, boy.
There was a lot of flipping and all that.
Now I see another one in front of you. So is this a regular thing that a lot of people do on this river?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, they do that on that river. Now, I'm one of those guys
People in
right
the
there
water.
in the water.
Up. There you back up, happy.
Yep.
Now I see an animal in the back.
Now, that's a cow back there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have I've never been to Nairobi. Do you have any what we'd call wild animals? Lions,
Well, not...
rhinoceros, hippopotamus, any of those in that area?
Yes, we do.
You do?
Just outside Nairobi City.
Okay.
Yeah.
And are there game preserves there where people go for tourism or?
Absolutely.
Okay.
We actually went there. I went there with my two brothers.
You know, my mother-in-law just came to me, went years ago, I think to Treetops is, I believe, in Kenya. I think was built by the late movie star William Holden.
Yeah.
Am I right?
You're right.
Does that ring? How far is that from Nairobi?
I can't tell how far that is from Nairobi, but it should be about 2-hour drive.
Okay.
A 2-hour drive or so.
Yeah, it just came to me. She went to Kenya. So that was, now this is where, downtown?
So now I went to the market. My brothers decided to take me to the market.
Now this obviously is not like the supermarket at the mall.
No, this is totally different. This is open air market, where they sell everything from food stuff to clothes, and that's me and my brother just having a little laugh over there. So this is Nairobi City Center.
Oh, and I see they got some big high-rise buildings.
Yeah. Yeah, so we were just driving through the city center. That's a movie theater right there.
Did the city look much more built up to you than when you had left?
Yeah, there's been a lot of development since I left.
There has.
Yeah, so things looked a lot different for me.
So what would you say has brought about this positive change to Kenya? Has it, what's brought all the investment for the new buildings and everything? Is it?
Kenya is one of the most developed countries in Africa.
Oh, it is? Okay,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
didn't know that.
It is. So there's a lot of development going on every year. So everything looks different every time you go back.
And you'd say business there seemed good?
Business seems good. Business is doing pretty good. I was surprised. Some of my friends that I left like 10 years ago are doing businesses in Kenya, So I was like, wow, this is pretty good, Amazing. That is where the first president of Kenya is at right now.
Okay.
Yeah, that's like a memorial place.
Oh, that's where he's buried?
That's where he's buried.
Okay.
Yeah.
This looks like a restaurant, maybe?
That is a restaurant right there.
Looks like it could be in the U.S.
Yeah, I was trying to take different pictures to show some areas look like the U.S., some areas look like Kenya, like right now. My brothers and I decided to go on safari, so...
Oh, so you did do a safari while
We did do a safari.
How far out from Nairobi was this?
This wasn't too far from Nairobi. There's so many of them, different.
Oh, really?
Yeah, all over the country. So we went to the nearest one, close to Nairobi. That was Nairobi National Park.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And you go in there and you what? They rent jeeps to you or?
You can rent jeeps. You can go with your own car.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you saw some of the animals and stuff.
We saw some of the animals. And this is like a nice little restaurant, a pretty big restaurant actually.
It does
out
look
there.
big.
Yeah, out in the middle of basically nowhere. It's just one huge restaurant, and everything around it is just trees and.
What are some of the popular dishes? Well, go ahead. You can.
Yeah, like as you can see, to get to that restaurant, you have to go through that bridge right there. You know,
Already,
that is the only connection.
I'm skipping that restaurant. So I'd have to walk on this
You have to walk
wooden
on this
bridge
Yeah,
made with some old rope and hope that it would hold me.
and just hope for the best. But actually, it's pretty strong, and it's a really nice restaurant.
I've heard that before, you know.
That's a Maasai right there. I decided to take a picture with him. He really wanted the pictures, but I don't know how I can get hold of him.
You'll send him an email to turn to AFPAC TV.
But he really wanted those pictures that we took together.
AccessFrame.com.
Yeah.
That's a great picture.
Oh, thank you. So this was right before we went to the trip on safari.
Oh, another restaurant.
It's still the same restaurant.
Oh, same one. Okay.
Yeah. So right now we are on our way out to meet the wild animals.
Those look like impala.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's great that you have these parks so nearby.
Yeah.
To me, I love the safari. I love the animals. I really do. I find it a beautiful thing. I hope Africa preserves these wildlife areas and protects the animals. You know, it's always a battle. I belong to several organizations that are involved in trying to protect wild animals. And it's a battle against the poachers, especially the elephants and the rhinoceros, you know, because of the tusks and stuff. We're always fighting for it.
Yeah.
But there's a great giraffe.
Yep.
That's a
Hyena.
Hyena.
Yeah.
Oh, you got a great picture. These are great photos, Ted.
Oh, thank you.
Up the water buffalo.
I took these pictures using my iPhone.
Really?
Yep, believe it or not.
They can get wild, you know.
They can. Speaking of that, this rhinoceros was actually charging at us.
Oh, he was?
Yeah. And we were actually backing up right now at this moment.
They can get wild too.
Yeah. I decided to come out and get a little bit of fresh air. It's not really safe to do that. But
well, you made it back.
I did make it back. You know, I had to look around, make sure that no animals were around that area. And so we decided to have a little fun.
Oh, you were in that little car.
Yep.
That rhinoceros could have tipped you over.
Totally.
Totally.
So me and my two brothers were just the three of us having so much fun. And one thing we were not thinking about was the time. Because right now it was getting late.
Okay.
And you're supposed to be out of there by 6 p.m. because it gets dark and it gets dangerous. And we were not thinking about that. We were just having so much fun that the moment we realized time was up, it was too late. We were lost.
Oh, so you got lost?
We got lost. So right now we are lost, and we're trying to look for our way out.
I don't know if that's the place to get lost. Oh, I see.
That's a giraffe right there.
Oh, so you went without a guide?
It was just the three of us, no guide.
I have a feeling this happens to other people.
That's a buffalo right there, right in front of the car. Those are lions.
Waiting to eat you.
Waiting to eat. It was a pretty scary moment. But finally, we found our way out.
So there were no signs this way out?
There were signs.
Oh, there were?
But it got dark, so we couldn't read.
See them?
Yeah.
No GPS?
No GPS. So right now here, this is the following day. We are on our way to the rural area of Kenya. That's where our grandparents live, you know.
Are you part of a particular tribe? I guess I should ask you that.
Yes, I'm from the Luo tribe.
Okay, what are some
Yeah.
of the different tribes in Kenya?
There's actually so many of them. We have
Really?
like at least 40 tribes in Kenya.
Really?
Yeah. So those are 40 different languages.
I know you
Kenya.
now. You had the Maasai,
Yeah.
and I know you had the famous revolt with the Mau Maus.
Well, the Mau Mau is not really a tribe.
Oh, it isn't. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. But we have like 41 tribes, and I'm from the Luo tribe. And say, for example, me and a second Kenyan can't understand each other if we speak our tribal languages.
So you all speak English?
We all speak English, Swahili, and a third language.
Oh, you speak Swahili?
Yeah.
Say to me in Swahili, hello, Jack. Thank you for inviting me today.
Jack, asante sana kwa kunialika hapa kwa show.
And how do I say you're welcome?
Asante.
Asante.
Yeah.
That sounds almost Italian, asante. Oh, so not all Kenyans will understand if I say asante.
Every Kenyan will understand
they
that
would?
because that's
Okay.
Swahili.
Okay, so
Yeah.
Swahili they'll understand.
That's Swahili.
Okay.
Yeah. But if I said Erokamano, now that's my Luo, my tribe.
They wouldn't get
not
it.
every Kenyan is going to understand that. So this.
Well, I'm going to give you a hint.
Yeah.
If you ever get in trouble and you have to go to court, don't speak any English. Tell them you only speak your tribal dialect, and they'll have to find you an interpreter.
Oh my goodness,
And
that's
then
going to take a
they'll
long.
never find anyone. Tell them that's the only language you speak is from the Luar tribe of Kenya.
But I have to tell them in English.
Well, you'll write it.
Yeah.
I'll go with you. I'll tell them. He only speaks, this tribal language.
Mm-hmm.
This is what?
So this is on our way to the rural area where my grandparents live.
Oh, okay. Looks
Yeah.
beautiful.
Yeah, it's
Mountainous, very
yeah.
beautiful vegetation.
It's about an 8-hour drive
Oh,
from
this
Nairobi
is quite
City.
a hike.
Yeah.
Now, is this toward Rwanda or toward Tanzania?
Actually, it's toward Rwanda.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's you have to go right across Kenya to Kisumu, and then another 2-hour drive to Siaya. Siaya is where my grandparents live, and that's very rural.
My grandparents lived in Brookline. And this is that area. Oh, boy.
Yeah, that's the tea plantation I was talking about earlier.
Yes.
Yeah,
I
so-
see. Quite a bit of agriculture.
Yeah.
Now, are these tea plantations run by Kenyans, or are these like foreign companies that run them, or you're not familiar with it?
It's actually run by Kenyans.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, as far as I remember, it's run by Kenyans.
Did the British introduce, when they were the colonial rulers of Kenya, did they introduce the tea, or was that something you think that had been there all along?
I'm not really sure about that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I never knew they had such big tea plantations there.
So this was the drive. That's the equator landmark. It goes right through Kenya, so I had to stop there and just take a picture.
Oh, you're right in the center of the world.
Yeah. So this is the rural part of Kenya. We just got to Siaya, and we had to walk about half an hour to get to where our grandparents are. So right now, that's my mom right there.
Oh, she came with you on this?
Yeah, she came with us on this. She's talking on the phone.
Oh, so you had cell service there?
Yeah,
Isn't that
there's cell
great?
service over there, surprisingly.
That's what amazing. No, you know what? Isn't that the most amazing thing? Here you are, 8 hours outside of Nairobi, near the border of Rwanda, in the middle of Africa, and you're taking calls.
Yeah.
No, I can't do my tennis appointment next week. I'm in the middle of Africa. And actually, I understand that the cell phones have helped them with a lot of the business development.
Oh, yeah.
Because you have internet access through the cell phones, where you didn't have landlines. You
Yes.
could be anywhere and have access. And I heard it's become a very. They also what did I read? That they're doing a lot with the financial business through the cell phones
Yeah.
in Africa.
Yes. Like I don't really understand exactly how it's done, but you can have like a small bank account right on your cell phone.
Yep.
You know, and just keep your money there. If you want to send money to somebody else, just text the money.
Yep. We can actually do that here in a few different systems. And you'll see we're getting more and more active into taking the cell phones, and you'll be able to load what we call an e-wallet into it, and you'll be able to charge. You'll be able to go to Macy's and take your cell phone, wave it over a reader, and it'll take your credit card information.
Wow.
Oh, yeah, that's all coming. And but I know in Africa they're doing several things in that area.
Yeah.
And they say it's helped them with a lot of development. And this was...
That's my dad right there.
Oh, so...
That's where he's
Now,
buried.
I see you have a cross, so he was Christian.
Yeah, we're actually Christian.
Okay,
Yeah.
and you have in Kenya a large, what, Muslim population, or not so much?
We have three major religions: the Christians, the Muslims, and the Indians, the Hindu.
The Hindu, and the Indians were brought there by the British.
Yeah, to build the railway line. That was like...
and to help with merchants.
Yeah.
To be the merchants. And they still have a large Indian population there still?
There's still a large Indian population in Kenya.
I was familiar with that because I've met several Indian people, I guess I would say Indian people, who were not from India. I said, so where did you come from? They say, I came from Kenya, or I'm trying to think of some of the other places. They told me, I think Rwanda possibly, but several other countries, not India. And I said, how did you end up there? And they said, the British moved us there, or moved my great-great-grandparents there to help with business, and that's how they ended up there.
Exactly.
Oh, so they're still a large part of the Kenyan population?
Yes, they are.
Huh.
So there is no electricity over there, so this is the light. And,
Oh, okay.
yeah. And so I had to show how I could take clear pictures using this light, and that's going to be on the next picture. Like this cat right
Oh,
there.
you got plenty of light in there.
Yeah.
Oh, beautiful.
So the following day, I had to take the cattle out for grazing.
Now, this is a farm.
Yeah.
And who runs the farm now? An uncle?
An uncle. That's where my grandmom lives, and some cousins are
Okay.
also there.
Oh, so you still have quite a bit of family in that area?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Absolutely. Nice area.
There's Ted the farmer. And that looks like corn.
That's corn. Like so, I actually have land in Kenya, and this is me and my brothers. We all share the entire
farm.
Yeah.
Oh, it looks like a pretty big farm.
Yeah, it's a pretty big farm.
Now, what are some of those other vegetables? This looks like banana.
That's
maybe.
banana. The previous one was kale.
Oh, you grow kale. Okay.
Yeah.
Kale makes a great soup, you know.
It does. It does. More corn. So this land, our dad left it for us.
Okay.
Yeah, but we are here in America, so we have to like go back and forth to make sure that it's well taken care for, you know.
Now, have you hired outside people to be the farmers, like what we'd call tenant farmers? In other words, they're your tenants, but they run the farming.
Not exactly.
So who's doing all the planting? Who's putting in the seed?
So our cousins.
Okay.
Yeah, our cousins and our uncle.
And they benefit from the crops?
They benefit from the crop.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
So now these are kids from the rural area. The difference between these kids and the ones you saw before.
Yeah.
The ones from before are from the slum.
Right.
But
And
these are from
rural.
the rural area.
Okay.
Simple life.
Simple. That's okay.
Yeah.
That's a good life.
Yeah, just a simple, good life. They'd never seen, well, an iPhone before, so I took pictures with them, and I was showing them the pictures, and they were surprised to see themselves, you know. on the screen.
The Barack, what is this? The Barack H. Obama Recreation Center Rest Area.
Yeah, the Barack Obama's grandmother in Kenya lives 10 minutes away from where my grandmother lives. So I just had to go there and, say hello to her and Barack Obama's
and tell her you were living in America.
Yeah. So that's Malik Obama, Barack Obama's half-brother. That's his restaurant.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's a pretty nice little restaurant back in the rural area.
That's his daughter's name as well, though, is Malik, I think. President Obama's daughter.
Malia.
Oh, Malia. Okay.
Yeah, Malia.
So that's a Kenyan name. No, kind of?
Kind of.
Okay.
Kind of.
Oh, there we go. That's the president with his brother?
Yeah.
His half-brother?
That's Malik right there.
Okay.
I met up with him, had a nice little talk.
And that's a chicken. I hope
that's
what?
Christmas present from my grandma.
Oh, what? And she wanted you to keep it?
She gave me a live chicken.
Did you tell her you can't bring the chicken back to Milford?
She was like, do whatever you want with it. It's all yours.
What do you...
You want to keep it? Fine. You want to eat it? It's all yours. So that was like the best gift I've ever had.
The chicken? Yeah, that is. That's
live chicken.
That's an unusual gift.
Yep.
Oh, the farm is here. Now, this is what?
So this was like, we went shopping for Christmas, for the Christmas
Don't tell
meal.
me that's a Kenyan Christmas tree.
No, it is not. This is the market in the rural area. So we just went for some shopping, food shopping.
And I see you got a shirt from the AIG Insurance Company.
Manchester United, that's my soccer team.
Oh, and AIG is their sponsor?
Not exactly.
No? All right.
So this is the little market.
Oh, what are they cooking? The chicken?
That's chicken right there.
That's what happened to your chicken Grandma gave you.
Don't tell her that.
I won't. I won't. We'll keep it a secret. So tell me what's the recipe for the barbecue chicken there? Do they put barbecue sauce on it? We got a special Kenyan way to do it?
Not exactly. That's just chicken on top of fire.
They don't season it? No special Kenyan sauce?
No special Kenyan sauce. You just roast it plain like that and eat it with salt.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I was hoping you were going to tell me they have. Tell me a little bit about Kenyan food. What are we looking at there?
This is Kenyan food. So right there we have chicken, and then we have chapati.
What is chapati?
Chapati is made from flour.
Yeah.
It's pretty difficult to explain.
Is it similar to grits?
It's similar to naan.
Naan bread?
Naan bread.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
okay.
It's similar to naan bread, but it's a delicacy over there. We all love it.
Okay.
And then there's cabbage over there. There's rice.
Now, have the Indian people merged Indian food with Kenyan food and come up with? They have.
Absolutely. So Kenyan food is actually a mixture of Kenyan and Indian food.
Okay. Yeah. I'm not surprised. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So they've taken to the spices and everything.
Yep.
And that looks like some kind of soup.
That is some soup, beef stew.
Okay.
And that's ground beef with some potatoes, cabbage. That is fish right there.
I'm getting hungry. Look at that. Before we end, I'm going to keep talking, but tell us a little bit. We were scheduled to do this show a few months ago. Mm-hmm. And you called up and you said, Jack, I can't come. I said, what's the matter? You said, I've got malaria. Tell our audience, if you would, what happened.
So,
and you can interrupt when we have more pictures Bill throws on the screen. Mm-hmm. Feel free to explain those.
Okay. So what happened is when I went to the rural area, that's where I got mosquito bites. But I was on malaria pills. But for some reason, I caught malaria anyway, but didn't know about it because I was taking the pills. So I continued with my entire stay in Kenya, came back to America, but I had malaria in me. I didn't know of it. A month later, my spleen just ruptured. It was a very unfortunate event and
Scary.
very scary event. I almost lost my life because I bled over 90%. I was right here in Boston, Tufts Medical Hospital, but I pulled right through it.
Amazing. I got your email and I said, oh my God, he's in Kenya with the malaria. And then you explained to me, no, you were in Boston. So I have a feeling it was a good thing you were in Boston for the hospital.
Yes.
I don't know how, I'm not picking on Kenya Medical, but.
Yeah, like I got pretty good treatment because otherwise.
So what would you recommend to someone who's going to Kenya? Would you say when you come back, maybe have your blood tested with your local doctor to make sure you don't have malaria or something?
Well, when you go to Kenya, just make sure you have your vaccinations and pills and whatever.
But you said you took pills for the malaria.
Yeah, I took pills for the malaria, but still caught it. It's a very rare occurrence, but it just happened to me, unfortunately. But usually it's safe. You go there, you come back, nothing happens.
I would recommend to our audience, if you're going many countries, not just African countries, check with your physician, or if you have a special travel administrator with your healthcare plan, which some healthcare plans have, find out what vaccinations, what medications, what pills you should be taking before you take that trip. Because what happened to Ted, we wouldn't want happening to you. So if I sound like a nanny state person, forgive me. But really, it makes sense. Check with them, with your physician, find out what you need for pills, etc. So that was a very frightening experience for you.
Yes, it was.
Oof.
But I'm right here.
Okay, we'll go back to the food.
Yeah. So that's kale right there.
Yep.
That's kale right there. That's ugali, the white stuff you see.
Yep.
It's made from flour. It's different from the chapati.
Okay.
Yeah, because this is now a thick paste of flour and water mixed together.
Okay. Is it cooked or raw?
It is cooked.
It is cooked. Okay.
Yeah. On its own, it's kind of tasteless, but with the kale and the fish right there, it's really delicious.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was going to say, we don't show this show in New Bedford, but in New Bedford and Fall River, here in Massachusetts, we have a large Portuguese community. And they do a wonderful kale soup, sometimes with the chorizo Portuguese sausage in it. It's delicious. I like kale.
It is really delicious.
Oh, yeah, it's a fish there. He got grilled.
Yep, I love fish.
And the vegetables look great. You ate pretty good over there, Ted.
I had to. I always do. I always make sure that my meals are balanced.
Oh, look at this. This looks like what? Shish kebab.
That's kebab right there.
Now, do you have Arab people living there in Kenya, or not too many?
Arabs?
Yeah.
Yes, we do.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Yes,
because that's their food.
Yeah.
So they must have brought that down.
They brought that down there. So that's why Kenyan dish is a mixture of actually, several dishes.
I was going to say, because if you look at the map, you're just below Ethiopia, and the Sudan is above you.
Sudan is above Kenya.
Which would connect almost to Egypt.
Yeah.
So you'd have the Arab influence coming right down into your area. And they probably, when they came, brought the food with them.
Yes, they did.
Yeah, so the food in Kenya must, look at it. This looks great. So you get a big mix of food.
There's a big mix of food.
No Mexican food, though.
No Mexican foods.
Oh, look at the fruit, too. Now, do you think this is local Kenyan fruit? Do they have all those fruits there?
They have all those fruits right there.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So this is my brother and his girlfriend.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm just saying goodbye right now. Planning to go back to America. This is at the airport.
Oh, you're all about the same height.
About the same height. Saying goodbye. And this is the last that I saw them before I went right
now,
into
are they planning to come visit you?
Yeah, they will come visit sometime. Right now, they're in South Africa playing a soccer tournament. So sometime this year or next year.
I love South Africa. I've been a few times, and it's a wonderful country. Yeah, I'll have to make a point now that I see how modern Kenya looks. I'll have to get there.
It's a pretty nice place.
Yeah, it looks nice.
Yeah.
So you'll go back again when, in a few more years?
No, I'm going to go back at the end of this year.
Oh, you're going again that quickly?
I'll just go back at the end of this year. I love it over there. I love seeing my family, my friends, and the malaria is not going to stop me. It was just an unfortunate
but this time
event.
you'll handle it differently.
I will handle
Maybe
it
you'll
differently.
check your blood when you come back.
And I'll make sure that everything is, like all my medication is up to date. And,
yes, you'll have to be very careful.
Like 2 months before I go.
This is at the airport.
This is at the airport. I met some random friend. The
airport looks very nice, very modern.
Yes, it does. And we had the same, how do you call it, itinerary?
Yep, itinerary.
Yeah, so it was pretty lucky. So we traveled together all the way to America.
Really?
She was also coming to America, but she
doesn't live in Boston?
No, she doesn't live.
Otherwise, she'd be bothering you. Oh, I met a rich farmer from Kenya, Ma. And here you are returning through London.
Returning through London.
Yeah, you look good there. Oh.
And that's back home.
Back home. So that almost looks like the picture we started with.
Yes, it's exactly the same spot.
Well, that is a wonderful trip. And I hope maybe you know what you'll do for us when you go take it again. You'll take new pictures, and you'll come back when Travels with Jack and tell us how it changed.
Absolutely.
All right?
Yes.
Thank you so much, Ted. It was very, very nice of you to come.
Thank you.
And that was, I hope when the video goes to, you'll show all your friends in Kenya the trip. It's a good promotion for Kenya. Maybe I'll give you permission to share it with the Kenya Travel Office if they want to use it to say, here's what you can do when you visit Kenya. Ted came and it gave us a very good vision of it. Thank you. I very much enjoyed it.
Thank you so much.
And good luck with your tennis game, your soccer, your video, your graphic and web design, and all the things you do.
Thank you.
My pleasure.